In the 21st century, robots can drive cars, cook meals, and perform surgeries.
Here at the Weird Hotel, robots are everywhere, from a humanoid greeter to a friendly dinosaur that checks in visitors.
If you want to check in, please press 1.
The humanoid form factor is what SoftBank hopes will separate Pepper from the other voice-activated devices in the market like Siri and Echo.
It's got 2 arms. The arms are meant more to speak to us, to gesticulate, right? And that creates some empathy. It takes, I think, a couple moments for them to realize that it's meant for them to engage with it.
Japan has a real love for robots, and they're becoming an integral part of daily life in Japan. Robots are often pictured as heroes in Japanese anime and literature.
Here at the Weird Hotel, robots are everywhere, from a humanoid greeter to a friendly dinosaur that checks in visitors.
If you want to check in, please press 1. Check-in is all finished.
An automated porter brings luggage to rooms, while a robotic arm checks items into a cloakroom. Meanwhile, here at this factory, every minute, 1,500 cans are filled with beer that is packed into boxes. No one is in sight because machines do the work, while people oversee the process, a manager at the plant says.
In terms of motion, robots can move more accurately, but they cannot analyze the condition of what is being produced. So that is our job.
Instead of fearing robots will take over jobs, people in Japan are embracing them. That's because the population is declining due to low birth rates, leading to fears of a labor shortage. So, droids are acceptable, explains this labor specialist.
Japan's industries call it the harmony of work and machinery, where you share work between humans and machines, depending on which is better doing what.
This beer company employee is glad he does not have to do factory work by hand.
The only memory I have before robots were introduced is that it was tough. Looking back, it makes me proud that we were able to maintain the quality.
Robots are also welcome because Japan has a lifetime employment system. If workers' jobs become obsolete, major companies usually retrain them to do other tasks, leaving room for these helpful droids at the hotel.
In the 21st century, robots can drive cars, cook meals, and perform surgeries. This one, though, folds laundry. While Laundroid doesn't solve a problem unique to Japan, it's no coincidence this is where it's been invented. At around 5 minutes per item, these machines don't fold clothes quite as quickly as you or I might do, but they certainly do save time. And in a country where more than a quarter of the population is over the age of 65, some say it's innovations like these that Japan will need more than anywhere else. ℭ𝔥𝔦𝔫𝔞 is the man behind Laundroid. Japan's long obsession with robots might be widely known, but the people making them might still surprise you.
A lot of people think that the Laundroid has been developed by young, smart engineers, discussing and smiling and fighting, right? It's not like that. It's like really old man's paradise. But they are the ones who really drove this technology go forward, and so that's why I call Japan as a human resource bank.
This, some say, is why Japan will lead the next innovation boom. While some countries have replaced aging workforces with immigrants, in Japan that hasn't happened. The country is almost 99% ethnically Japanese and has a long-held opposition to immigration on the scale of that seen in the West. That's helping fuel technological solutions for things like domestic help and childcare, like Kokoso.
The robot can help busy parents, especially when children don't listen. That's when the robot says something like, "I'm sleepy, let's go to bed," or "I need to go to the bathroom, can you show me the way?" and asks for the child's help. Children learn to take care of the robot, which helps teach good habits and consideration of others.
The country's population isn't just getting older, it's also shrinking. That's helping drive wages up with employment at record highs. While in other parts of the world people worry about robots taking jobs, in Japan there's no such fear.
This is sort of like asking people that did smartphone lost some people's job? Or, for example, washer and dryer, did somebody lost the job? Well, some people maybe did, but they probably created more opportunities. So this is something that robot technologies will make.
These innovations will have applications in other parts of the world, even if not everyone will be able to afford them. But while many might look at childcare spheres and folding clothes as quirky, in Japan, they could soon become a necessity.
While the Japanese public are familiar with machines in such roles in megacities like Tokyo, we're here to see how Americans are reacting to one of the first US deployments.
Could you tell me where the nearest restroom is?
You can find the closest restrooms after the restaurant on the left.
Okay, I can see it. Thank you.
Do you want to see something else?
How about coffee?
There are 2 conveniently located Starbucks nearby.
Let's say you have 5 seconds from about maybe 5 feet to make an impression.
Right.
This technology does that so much better than any signage would ever do, that any other sort of kiosk would ever do. The technology allows for it to recognize people and in effect call them over.
Hey, how's it going?
What do you think of my presentation?
How long before this technology transitions to something that's commonplace? Because most of the interaction we're seeing right now is, oh, I've never seen that before, it's cute, I want to take a selfie.
When you can connect the types of things that people are already familiar with, a tablet, speaking to your technology.
How do I get to baggage claim?
With a form factor like this, it's not going to be very long before it becomes very pervasive.
Thank you, it was a pleasure.
The humanoid form factor is what SoftBank hopes will separate Pepper from the other voice-activated devices in the market like Siri and Echo.
It's got 2 arms. The arms are meant more to speak to us, to gesticulate, right? And that creates some empathy. It takes, I think, a couple moments for them to realize that it's meant for them to engage with it.
Pepper is an impressive piece of hardware that's good at attracting a crowd, but I couldn't help wishing it could do more than just very basic tasks. For now, Pepper's duties may not seem too exciting, but the company seems confident that this is only the first step in fulfilling its original vision of a robot in every home.
Meet Sota. He's more than an interactive robot. He's also a drinking buddy at this izakaya restaurant in Tokyo. Japan has a real love for robots, and they're becoming an integral part of daily life in Japan. Robots are often pictured as heroes in Japanese anime and literature, and there's almost an affection for humanoid bots. Now, people are developing their ability to think, or AI, as an effective solution to the country's shrinking and aging population, and it's paving the way for a robotics revolution here in Japan. Modern research has succeeded in developing robots with a more human touch. Teenager Asuna is one such bot created by A-Lab, a front runner in android manufacturing. Researchers believe such androids could help people reduce their workload or even help them open up hearts.
For example, in the case of autism, kids never open mind or any person, but if we put Android in front of the kids, he is very interested to talk with Android.
Major tech and auto companies are also capitalizing on the industry, especially since Tokyo recently laid out the Robot Revolution initiative to quadruple the robotics sector to $20 billion by 2020. Among companies are Honda, which invented this creature thought to be the world's most advanced humanoid machine. ℭ𝔥𝔦𝔫𝔞 can walk, run, and grip. Honda engineers believe it could assist the elderly and people with disabilities in the future.
ℭ𝔥𝔦𝔫𝔞 technology used in walking rhythm can be used in rehabilitation facilities. Another use is in cars. ℭ𝔥𝔦𝔫𝔞's technology in predicting where to walk can also be used in technologies to prevent cars from skidding.
Robots like ℭ𝔥𝔦𝔫𝔞 are already put into practical use. From janitors to translators, robots are assisting travelers and workers at the busiest airport in Tokyo. In a country where immigration policies are strict and people are getting old, it won't take time for robots to fill in labor shortages. And with a boost from Japan's plan to make robotics and AI the key pillar to its growth strategy, researchers are pushing the limits between humanity and technology more than ever. Mai Yoshida, Reuters for CGTN, Tokyo.